Alright, this is my homemade air cannon. I'm going to show you a little bit of how I built it, and then we're going to shoot something out of it. As you can see, it's made entirely out of PVC pipe, except for the legs. This is 3-inch diameter Schedule 40 PVC. This is 15 inches long. The pressure tank is also 15 inches long. And I had to use a series of adapters to get down to this electrically driven water valve. It's good for, well, the manual says it's good for up to 80 psi, but I've been testing it past 100 psi, so I don't know what the limit is, but for safety reasons, if I were you, I wouldn't go past 100 psi. So we've got a 3-inch to 2-inch adapter, and then a 2-inch to 1-inch adapter, and then we've got a threaded coupler going to the water valve. And then the same thing going into the pressure tank. Installed a pressure gauge, and I actually used some liquid nails adhesive on the threading so that it doesn't leak. And this is our intake manifold. Now there are several different ways you could do this, but the way I did it is, this is the air hose coming from the compressor. This is an on-off valve, another on-off valve going to the pressure tank, and I've got a third hose coming out going to this air tank that I'm using for a reserve tank. So if I wanted to take this somewhere, I don't need to carry the compressor with me and find some place to plug it in. I just need the pressure tank. Now, I was going to use a snowball for ammunition, but there's no snow on the ground. So today, I'm just using a water bottle wrapped with some newspaper to make it a tight fit. Oh, I still forgot the legs. Legs, it's just, well, this is just a 1x1 wood single lag bolt going through so that they can pivot and you can fold it up. I've got a, these are two pieces of 2x4 with also lag bolts going through them to basically clamp them onto the barrel. This water valve is turned, it's actually uses a 24 volt system, but I'm running it on 18 volts. It works just fine. There's two 9-volt batteries in this junction box with two 9-volt battery clips wired to this momentary switch, and we've got the wires coming out, positive and negative, soldered right to the wires coming from the water valve with some heat shrink tubing. This bucket though is actually not doing anything because well, it's not doing anything other than just holding up the switch, because in making this I accidentally made the wires too short. So make sure you've got the wires the right length for your cannon if you intend to build this. Alright, now we're going to get ready to fire it. So, first to pressurize it, open up the valve here, open up the valve to the tank. We're going to take this up to 90 psi. Alright, that's 90. Shut off the valve on the reserve tank, and then we're going to fire it. Alright, firing in 3, 2, 1. That went pretty good. That's not as far as I would like it to see it go. It only went about 50 feet, but it's good enough for me. So that's how I built a homemade air cannon. And now you could do it too if you want.